Hey guys, it's Cass. Today we're going to be doing some swatching. We are going to be swatching red inks, and here's the lineup for today. So we've got Atramentis Oriental Red and Document Dark Red, Robert Oster Clay Red and Frankly Scarlet. We have Colorverse Dirty Red, which this was sent to me by Amanda B. She sent me some other ink colors, which will be swatched eventually. And then we have Herbin Rouge Grenade. Let's start out with Atramentis. They are in the front. This is a Galen leather notebook with Chamoy River paper. The video I posted earlier this week was terrible. If I post this later this week, I'm recording this video directly after I recorded the green swatching video, and it's so bad. I apologize again for that because it's not accurate in the least bit. Which that's so strange because these, which I didn't swatch these in that video, but these look, I mean, fairly accurate. They're a little darker on the camera, but other than being a little darker, they look, color-wise, they look accurate. So I don't know if it was just the particular colors I was swatching, but I don't know. Hopefully these actually look good. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start out with the Atramentis Oriental Red. Using just a glass dip pen. And I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Might be a little too much, but we'll see. Always, Atramentis is like this super wet. Yeah, I'm going to zoom out a little so you can see the full swatching. Which this, I wouldn't necessarily call this red. This looks more like a terracotta. And yes, this does look, again, I guess all the inks are going to look a little darker on the screen, but the color, the tone of the color, I guess what you would call it, is pretty accurate. This looks way more orange than red. Like it looks like a terracotta. It looks like it should be called Atramentis terracotta. It is, ew, it is not red. Ugh, don't like this one. Okay, and as usual, writing an excerpt from Anthem by Ayn Rand. In what world would they call this red? It's so orangey. Super orange. Not a fan of orange. Okay, next up is Document Dark Red. And this stuff is thick. Is that? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Forgot to cap the Oriental. This definitely looks more red. It looks a little bloodier. That's pretty accurate. Again, maybe a tad darker on the screen than what's in real life, but the color itself looks accurate. We'll see about the swatch. Yeah, that looks pretty accurate. Okay, maybe it was just the particular greens I used in that last green swatching video, but that was terrible. Okay, these are looking, it's looking better. Let's move these out of the way. And I'm sorry if you can hear like a clacking in the background. That's my boyfriend. He's got this super loud mechanical keyboard and he's like through 2 closed doors and I can still hear it. So I'm sorry if you can hear that. The document ink's always, like my nib is still a little stained from it. It'll wear off, but the document inks will stick to whatever you're using. You also might hear thunder in the background. All right, so there's Oriental Red. And that looks like Oriental, but I promise you that is a T. Again, this is like a super orangey color. It's a little brighter in real life. It's definitely not that dark. And this is Document Red, also just a little brighter, but the tone, I guess, I don't know, the tone is correct. So those are the De Atramentis. Reds. We're going to do Robert Oster now. I'm going to a new page with this. Oh, about to get my templates. Alright, so we're going to do Robert Oster Clay Red. Ooh, this ink is wet. Very wet. So I think this is a good name for this ink. That looks a little orangey on the camera. Again, just everything is gonna be a little brighter in real life or not as dark. So I'll stop saying that. Just remember that. All right, up next is Frankly Scarlet. Can you hear the thunder? It's been raining cats and dogs for the past 2 days. It's not raining right now, but I can hear the thunder off in the distance. I love thunderstorms. I love the rain. I like it when it's gloomy and dark outside. I'm not a sunshiny person. If it's really dark and cool and like windy, that's my favorite type of day. And I have been very happy the past couple days with the weather. Puts me in a really good mood. Smearing mud. So these two inks are actually quite close now that I'm looking at them side by side. Again, they're a little darker, but no sheen in either of these. Not really any shading either. These are pretty to the point. All right, so after that, we've just got Colorverse Dirty Red and then Arbonne. Okay, so we're gonna do Colorverse next. I like Dirty Red. Dirty Red's a good color. I'd say that looks pretty accurate. Maybe a little more red in tone, but that's pretty close compared to the problems I was having in the other video. None of those colors were showing up while these are at least closer. I do like this color. I play around with them all whenever I get samples, and then I'll swatch them, and I've played around with all of the reds, or all the ones I ever show you. I've already played around with them, but I don't know, I'm liking this more than I remember. It does have a little sheen. I don't know if you can tell, it's very subtle, but I need to put this in a pen soon. That's actually a nicer red than I remember. Maybe just because it's wet. Maybe once it dries, I won't be as interested. Yeah, that's not as, when it's dry, it's not as interesting. Ugh. Okay, let's go to Herbin, which is up here somewhere, I think. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Okay. So we have Rouge Grenade. Which I actually bought this ink thinking it would be a good match, or the sample anyway, thinking it would be a good match for my Sailor Pro Gear Angel's Delight. But I just didn't like it when I inked it up. always looks better whenever I do it here because the dip pen is really wet, and then whenever you put it in a pen, it's not as wet, so it doesn't, I don't know, doesn't look as good to me. Looks way darker. It looks like a really dark bloody red in the dip pen. It is not as vibrant in a pen, at least in Angel's Delight. What am I doing? Oops. Which that nib has, or that nib is broad, so I was expecting it to, you know, be pretty wet and juicy, but it, I don't know, it just didn't impress. I may try another pen, because they're all different. And this is, no, this one's definitely darker on screen. This is a much brighter red. It looks like fresh blood. It looks just like blood. All right, oh, we're moving to a new chapter. Okay, so yeah, this one, oh my gosh, it's so wet. Definitely brighter in real life. Again, it literally looks like blood. It is like a bright dark red. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks like blood. So that is the Rouge Grenade. This one doesn't have any sheening that I'm seeing currently. Let me dry it off a bit and see if that... No, I don't really see any sheening. There's not really any shading either. No shading at all, actually. So, just a plain, dark, bloody red. All right, so those are reds. Hope you guys enjoy. I will see you next time. Bye.